Welcome to how-to videos from Bugspray.com. I'm going to show you how to use a dial-a-mix hose end sprayer. The nice thing about a dial-a-mix is it has a dial on top, and this allows you to dial in the rate that you want without having to pre-mix any of the product down in the reservoir. The way this particular product works, I'm going to just take some colored water here and pour it in. And it doesn't matter if let's say I'm going to use 6 ounces. Because this isn't going to mix with water inside this reservoir, if I only use 3 ounces of it now, or if I use 8 ounces of it now, and I have 20 ounces in here, later it's still going to be in the concentrated form. It's not going to have mixed with any water, so there's no degrading of the product down in the reservoir. For a lot of products like herbicides and fertilizers, it's not necessarily important what rate you're mixing it at. It's only important how much you're using per 1,000 square feet. So to give you an idea, if I was treating 1,000 square feet, it wouldn't matter if I used 1 gallon or 20 gallons of water with 1.5 ounces of product or chemical to treat that area. That 1.5 ounces is still going to be in that 1,000 square foot area, and when the water evaporates away, it's going to be left behind at the same rate, 1.5 ounces per 1,000 square feet. So the number of gallons you use isn't as important. Now, you generally don't want to use 20 gallons because if you use too much water, it just takes a long time to put it out. If you use too little water, you may not get good coverage. You may not. If I tried to put out 1.5 ounces in a gallon on 1,000 square feet with a hose end sprayer, most likely I'm going to run out of chemical before I've covered the 1,000 square feet. So try to pick a number that works. Usually the label will make a recommendation. I'm going to say, let's say I'm going to treat 2,000 square feet with 8 ounces of chemical in 4 gallons of water. Okay, so 8 ounces in 4 gallons would be 2 ounces to a gallon. So what I want to do is look on the chart on the back here, and I happen to know what it is, but you scroll down here to the end and you find the 2, and you look above, and it's going to give you the dial mix rate, which would be 12. That equals 12 teaspoons if you're curious. So they didn't just use some random number. So 12, and if you look here, you can see there's an arrow. That arrow indicates what setting you have it on. So I have the arrow and it's pointing to the 12, which according to the chart is going to be 2 ounces to a gallon. Now all you need to do is add this to your hose, turn the water flow on, and as you squeeze this, the water is going to pass through the hose end sprayer, and that's going to cause the chemical to be siphoned up and mixed as it passes through. So currently the way I have that set, 12, I'm going to have 2 ounces of product coming out every gallon that leaves this sprayer. As the water is passing through, it's going to be siphoning it out of here, so you're going to see less and less product in here. If I wanted 2 ounces to come out for every gallon, that means I'm going to be covering about 500 square feet per gallon. Every 500 square feet, I'm going to estimate that as I'm doing the treatment, I should see this drop down 1 line. So it should go down from it's at about 14 now. So it should go from 14 down to this middle line, which would be 13. For every 500 square feet, it should drop down to another 12, to another line to the 12, and just kind of keep an eye on that as you're doing the treatment, so you can make sure that you're getting good even coverage. You don't want it all to come out in the first 1,000 square feet, and vice versa. You don't want to finish 1,000 square feet and see that it's only gone down 1/4 ounce. So just kind of keep an eye on that as you're doing the treatment. It should be pretty simple. And that is how you use a dial-a-mix hose end sprayer. Thank you for watching my how-to video on the dial-a-mix sprayer.